Okay. So I said when I created my YouTube channel that I wanted it to be a very pro-assessment space. And this is the time of the year when you can just feel the anti-testing energy in the air. You have parents doing organized opt-outs to protect their kids from testing. And I just think that there's a general test anxiety sort of hanging over everybody in the education space this time of year. So the stress is building. But remember that as we move into this time, remember that stress is only bad if it reaches that tipping point. So, there's the performance anxiety curve, and stress can be a good thing. It can enhance your performance. But if you let it get past this point into a really unhealthy place, you're going to see performance suffer. So as a parent, I think this is a tough time to try to help your kid navigate these waters. So remember that some studying and some review sessions can really help your student feel more prepared and actually, bring them back from that tipping point up to this higher level of performance. But if you feel that they're starting to get really overwhelmed, remember to give them a break. Get some exercise, get outside, and make sure to help them. This is a really good teachable moment. Help them develop strategies for coping with stress around testing, because I hate to say it, but like it or not, testing is very much a part of life, and it's if they're going to move on in academics and in the work world, then they're going to be faced with testing their entire lives. I'm still being tested all the time, so I can say firsthand that I know how stressful it is. I just came out of midterms myself, and I was kind of a wreck for a week. I did a really good job managing it because I'm older and know how to do those things. But so remember, parents, it's a really good time to teach them how to deal with stress in a positive way. Another thing that I wanted to address is that a lot of misconceptions get circulated about testing people, I think. And I get really kind of offended. And I shouldn't, because I think it's just a misconception. People just don't know. But the people that create the tests at the state departments and at the federal level and at the local level are generally really good people who are really trying their very, very best to develop a fair measure to assess your students with, or your children with. So just remember, we're not like the game makers from the Hunger Games. We're not sitting around plotting and scheming and twisting our mustaches. We're really working hard to make sure that test questions aren't biased towards one group or another, that they're well written, that they're historically accurate, that they're put together in a way that makes sense on the test, that there's a lot of easy ones, middle ones, and hard ones, so we can differentiate between the different types of learners. And it's good quality work being done by really good people who want the best for your students. So that's not to say, though, that there aren't some egregious misuses of test data. So I encourage you, if you're struggling with a real issue in the way that the tests are being administered or used, that you think hard about what exactly is that thing that you're upset about, and write to your legislators, write to your state school superintendents, write to your local superintendents, your principal. Go see these people. We're all here, and I think we're all ears, and we want to hear if there are genuine, valid concerns. So don't sit and stew on things if they're really valid concerns. The last thing that I'll say is data. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I'll try to find where it came from and give credit where credit is due, but data is the enemy of routine. So as we go into this testing season, we know that we're going to come out with some bruises. Even the best students are going to come out and know that they're weak in some areas, and unfortunately the really low achieving students are going to come out pretty bruised. But if we can take the energy that we spend worrying about protecting those kids and put it into helping them get better at what they're poor at, I think that's a really good use of all of our energy. And I'll just say that personally, I love the use of data to make lives better. I think if I didn't track how fast I'm running, then I would never know if I was getting faster and if my training was working. If I didn't weigh myself, then I might not be aware if I was headed down a weight gain rabbit hole. And if I didn't still undergo tests at school, I might come out and not be proficient in some of the areas that I need to be proficient in. So it's painful, it's stressful, and it's not an easy thing to deal with, but it is, testing is always created with good intentions, and I wish we would focus more on the outcomes than on the anxiety around the test itself. So happy testing, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions that I can answer for you as you go into testing season with your students. Bye.